A long time ago, in a town, there lived Deka, a confectioner, whose candies and cakes were famous all over town, especially her strawberry and chocolate cupcakes. Deka would open her bakery very early and sell only the freshest cakes made with the best ingredients. If any cakes were left at the end of the day, she would distribute them free of cost to children and make fresh ones the next day. People would throng her little confectionery shop, bringing positive feedbacks. Right opposite her shop was Jay's cake store. Jay was lazy. He would see customers lining up for Deka's cakes and feel jealous. He feels that if people keep going to Deka's shop like this, that no one would come to his. So he hatched a plan to get more customers to come to his shop, selling 2 cupcakes for the price of one. And then some customers from Deka's shop went to his. But soon they all went back to Deka. However, a customer told him that his cupcakes doesn't taste as good as Deka's, and that even if he had priced them so low, that his cakes are just not fresh enough. And then the customer went back to Deka's shop. One day, a nobleman came to Deka's shop and asked if she was the famous confectioner Deka. And she said yes, and asked how she could be of help to him. So the man told her that his son had had her chocolate cupcakes at a friend's party and insists that he wants those for his own birthday party. Deka then gave him samples of her cupcake to decide which one he wants. The man then ate the cakes and immediately asked Deka to serve 100 cupcakes at his son's birthday party in 3 days' time. Deka immediately obliged and told him that she would have the cakes ready and send them to his house by 4 o'clock on Saturday, since the party is on Sunday. Deka worked really hard and prepared 100 cupcakes. When Jay heard about the massive order Deka got, he decided to spoil it. He said to himself that if the nobleman at the king's court liked her cake, then nobody will ever come to his bakery again, and so he must spoil her order. And that night, when Deka had got all the cakes ready, and in excitement she said she would deliver them in the morning, Jay, watching her from afar, laughed so hard, saying she would only send the cakes in the morning if only they still exist. So the next morning, when Deka came to her shop, she was shocked to see her cakes eaten by mice. Deka was disappointed and wondered what to do next, as the cupcakes were to be delivered in 3 hours' time. And just then, Jay got there and asked her what happened. And Deka immediately asked him what he was doing there, as he never opens his bakery that early. And Jay immediately told her that he has a delivery of cupcakes that day and at the nobleman's house. And in shock, Deka accused him of stealing her cupcakes. And Jay arrogantly told her that everything is justified in business. And now, Deka was really angry, as she could not let Jay get away with this. But what could she do? Suddenly, she got an idea, and then she quickly went into the kitchen of her shop. And 3 hours later, she came up with a giant chocolate cake. And just then, a man and the daughter arrived at her shop. On seeing the cake, the man's daughter was marveled at the cake that looked like a castle, saying she wants that. The man liked the cake too, and asked if it was Deka that made it. Deka said yes, and then she packaged the cake and delivered it to the nobleman's house. Everyone was happy to see such a beautiful looking cake. And so, Deka became famous not only for her cupcakes, but also for the beauty of her cakes. And she started receiving even more orders than before. She did not just receive orders, but she opened a confectionery school where she trained people who have interest in baking. In a helpless situation, Deka did not lose her calm, and using a bit of creativity, she changed it to emerge even more successful than before.